think I got it right now. Oh my goodness. What's up, guys? It's Ron Raphael. And welcome to my channel. If- And welcome to my block, man. I'm coming to you from one of my favorite places in the world, and that's Inglewood, California. We had a slight glitch in the beginning. Where am I? I'm up here. I had my HDIM cable connected to the wrong port, so you wasn't getting a picture. But anyway, once again, it's Ron Raphael. Let me start this off right. Coming to you from one of my favorite places in the world, Inglewood, California, my block. Now, I'm normally walking around doing this segment and talking to my people out there. If you're out there, what's up? If there's anybody listening, hello. I doubt that there is. This is one of my few live streams I've done on my channel, but I've been doing them recently, and I've been doing them over the past few months, recording them on my phone and doing a walk around my block and basically connecting with my people in Inglewood, saying what's up to everybody that I know and that knows me. And I would normally do this, and it shouldn't take too long. It normally takes less than a few minutes to do, sometimes maybe 7 or 8 minutes. But the topic is always kind of piercing, something that is provocative, something that's got me going. And hopefully I can transfer that energy to you. So today, the message of today is that I'm going to be doing more talks like this on this platform, on this channel, the Ron Raphael channel. And there's been some sort of a calling for me just to be able to communicate and say the things that I need to say. Thus, the title of the thumbnail that you see here, which is, let me pull it up on my screen so I'm not giving you the wrong thing. I just created it on my, okay, it's here somewhere. Boom, 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 boom. Here it is. No, I'm lying. I don't have it yet. Let me see. Underground. Okay, yeah, here we are. And now we are in thumbnails. And I'm looking for the thumbnail I just created. And it says here, okay, I got it up front. It says Black men suffering in silence. And which brings me to start at the word of the day, which is candor. And I'm going to be using a word of the day because it helps me with my message and it also educates us. And my channel, my other channel, is the Legacy of Learning, at which I've written a book and basically putting people in a position to maximize their mental capacity and the ways in which we communicate and the ways in which we generate money by communicating and interacting with each other. And we need to put good stuff in, we need to get a strong foundation, and then we need to go out into the world with that foundation. And that's what the Legacy of Learning channel is. Here is just for me to just, I don't know, express myself and really develop another avenue for expression that will come directly from a Black man. I'm a Black man. Thus, the title of the thumbnail today, which is Black Men Suffering in Silence. And the word candor I chose is because it's very pointed. The word candor, strong word, straightforward. I love words that mean what they say and do what they mean. And candor is one of those words. It means to be frank, straightforward, honest, open about a subject. And oftentimes that particular sentiment is paired with masculinity. Men are expected to be straightforward, open, free with information, but at the same time, be gentlemen at the same time. But so candor is a word that strikes home for me. And candor, when it's used by men, however, in this current society, the reason why I'm saying we're suffering in silence is because paired and associated right now along with masculinity is toxicity. Even though these are two separate things, masculinity is masculinity, toxicity is toxicity. Masculinity, just for the nature of it, has been dubbed toxic. Whenever men exert their dominance, which is why we're here and how we were designed, and that dominance takes precedence over someone else's concerns, for example, is considered toxic. But we were designed to be a dominant side of our species. And by using that dominance to do everything we need to do, it has built society. into what you have seen today. Black men in particular has played a very big role in this country's growth from its inception. And we know the details with this. So anytime we're not being leaders, anytime we're not being assertive, anytime we're not being, men, we are demonized for it. But that very thing that makes us men, that masculinity, is what they don't want. So we're literally in a catch-22. We're being gaslit. We're being told that they want us to be men, but when we exercise the capabilities that men have, and the reason why we're here, we're labeled toxic. And black men, let me tell you something. If we don't assume our role first as masculine men and then as leaders of our community, we're going to have to retake it. There's no other way to do it. The society is set up already. Gynocracy is firmly in place. And this country has decided that the black man, it's time for him to become invisible. And we're being written out of every script this society has. And they're doing it in a number of ways, but they're doing it in one way in particular by convincing us that just masculinity in and of itself and the expression of it is toxic. And black man, there's no one coming to save you. And if we can't use our masculinity to get ourselves out of the position that we're in this globe, on this planet, then what are we going to use to get out of it? So don't let them convince you that just by basically being a man and exercising your dominance that's given to you by the split of the two genders, that we're being toxic, which puts us squarely on the black man as far as I'm concerned. If there's no one to save a black man, there aren't any mental systems set up. There aren't any places for us to go if we need help in vast amounts. Considering mental health, if we're talking about our health specifically, there's literally 90% of all the healthcare practitioners that deal with mental health are all women. So that should give you just a landscape. There's no one here for us. And we're going to have to figure this out ourselves. And we're going to have to divorce ourselves from the notion that simply by being a man, that you're toxic. They got us in the catch-22. We have to ignore this. We have to use our masculinity, our God-given testosterone, and the reason it was given to us to do what we need to do as men. And that's what we're going to do. And what I want us to do as men is to recognize it and not be brainwashed, gaslit into thinking by exerting your dominance, by being stronger, smarter, better decision makers, and putting those attributes into action and being labeled toxic to not go for it. Masculinity is not toxic. Toxicity is toxicity. Masculinity is masculinity. And basically, just for being men, we're being told that we're toxic. Now, if things work how they're supposed to work, then that means that what femininity is toxic femininity, no such thing exists. Why? Because it's all directed towards us. And black men suffering in silence, being gaslit, having no outlet in this world other than to figure it out ourselves is what this talk is about. Black men, use your candor. Be direct. Be genuine. Be honest. And be frank. And don't let nobody tell you that that's toxic. We're just being men. All right, you guys, that's my message for today. I'm going to come on live every day with some sort of a message to work out the kinks in my game, get my jump shot and my free throw on, so that when it's game time, I can give you the entertainment and the value you need at the same time. All right, you guys, find your favorite place. And before I go, this is something I always forget, to direct you to my website, which is legacyoflearningcubed.com. 2 words, legacy learning with the 3 at the end of it.com. You'll be going there to get the free GPA cheat sheet. And the reason why I created this site is so that we can get This back scenes work done ahead of time. In order for us to do what we need to do, we need to get this straight. Garbage in, garbage out. So we need to get our mind straight, our body straight, get our purpose in line with our mission, and do everything we need to do as men and as people in general. But this talk is directed to men. So what we need to do is get our stuff together. We need to get our spirituality, our health, our families. There's a list of about 10 things that I'll be covering throughout my series here. And the first one is has been done already. We talked a little bit already, but spirituality is first, and not touching on that too much, but we'll get into it in a number of ways later on. Health is next. Family is after that. So our first three conversations, in-depth conversations, will be on these three topics. But I just wanted to get out the way something I was feeling this morning about the way men have to go through life without anyone throwing us any sort of life preserver, kayak, raft. Nothing is in that deep sea, wide ocean that we have to navigate and figure out how to get to land and make something of ourselves. And if it's that way for men, you know it's tenfold, a hundredfold for black men. We suffer in silence. But this is a call to black men, a place where we can get together, meet, talk, and other people can come in and learn about us. And maybe we can change things for the better. If not, we're going to have to get out of here, man. We're going to have to leave this place and find another that works for us. So anyway, black men, you're not suffering in silence. There are other black men that know what's going on, and we're all going to come together. We're going to work together and get this thing solved. So guys, thanks for tuning in for this brief moment that I've allotted myself and for you. And find your favorite place. And when you do, let learning be your legacy. All right, you guys, peace out. Garbage.